Alright, so before the message that I put at the beginning of the video shows up, I'm gonna put another message before the first message. Basically, some weird stuff happened with the editing software while I was editing, so on my end, the audio did not exist. Like, the ending audio wasn't showing up. However, for you guys, when I watch back the file on my computer, the audio is there, so the second to last and the third to last rounds, so like the two rounds right before the finale, are very weird. One of them I sped up because I thought it was going to be no audio. I put a cut in the middle talking about how there's no audio, but there is. It's so weird. I don't understand. I've been doing this for a year and I still can't understand my editing software. That shows you how professional I am. But anyway, enjoy the video. Hopefully that won't screw with you too much. Again, I'm sorry about that. Alright, before the video actually starts, I wanted to say how the editing for this is actually going to work. We've got all the entities up on screen. Um, and as we go through them, if any of them are unanimously voted against, meaning me and JJD both decided we didn't like that character, they will be removed to save up screen space, and eventually, once per round, like every single round, it'll increase the size of all the entities so they're easier to see. In the event that me and JJD disagree, we will be keeping both entities and they will be moved side by side, and there will be a red circle for the one I picked and a blue circle for the one he picked. Or not a red circle, a purple circle for me. And then if we both picked them, then they'll just not have a circle behind them. But yeah. Also, on the left side, in the top left, that's where we're going to display the winner once we decide on it. And under that is going to be the two characters that are being voted against. So, yeah. With that knowledge, enjoy the video. Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy DJ Cats, or the God of Cats, back again with another video. And in today's video, we're doing things a bit differently. I have my friend JJD here,
Howdy.
and today we're actually going to be doing something similar to like a bracket wars between Pressure and Doors characters to see
I
which
think like
game overall has better characters, I guess. I don't even know.
it's like a
Um,
tournament, right?
it's like a tournament. So we've paired up characters from Doors and characters from Pressure, mostly based off of mechanics. Some of them are just kind of thrown in, just so that we could add all the characters. I got every Doors and every Pressure character I can think of, so I don't think there's any more. I know there's one more character, but I forgot the name of it. There's this combo, which I'm writing right
But
now.
all right.
And
He
then
was gonna show me.
there's this combo, which I also don't remember right now. Let me Google it real quick before we get started. Uh
Yeah, you should probably do that. While we're doing this, I'll be playing a very popular game in the background, so I'm sorry if I start saying some random stuff.
which that's fair. Ah, you.
Uh,
You little stinker. Okay.
I probably will end up playing Pressure soon just to help him out with a few of these characters.
Yeah, I want to do some of this.
He's more
I forgot about
he's more
that character, but
familiar.
I don't really care about that one.
Your favorite content creator is more familiar with Pressure than not Pressure, Doors with than Pressure.
I'm probably about equal, honestly. Maybe Doors a bit more, but I've been playing a lot of Pressure lately.
I mean, yes, you've been playing a lot of
I've also been
Pressure.
playing a lot of Doors, so.
Yeah, it's mostly
I've
Doors.
also been playing my Doors fan game, which coming soon, guys.
Yeah,
Uh
and I've been helping you out, so
Floor
be
two,
sure to
floor
enjoy
two,
when you.
floor two, almost here. I know I haven't even uploaded the video about the modifiers update for floor one yet. That's probably out by the time this one is, hopefully. I know it should be. because it's already edited. The file is on my computer. I just have to drag and drop it into Google, and I keep forgetting. So hopefully that comes out before this whole video, which hasn't even been recorded or edited yet
Don't
at
worry,
this current
don't
point in
worry,
time.
guys. Don't worry, guys. I will remind him.
Also, I'm screen recording Discord, because you can see us at the top. I'm gonna edit out the side panel on the bottom, and I'm just gonna like throw in
Right.
the like characters. Like on the left side, I'll have like what I chose versus what he chose on the like top and bottom, and then down here in the middle, we'll have like the big like who's going against who. Speaking of, let's
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead and get started. First off, we got a very simple one. You know, first entity versus first entity, rush versus angler. Who do you
Rush
have?
first and I rush.
Rush, same.
Rush, like, yeah,
Rush is
Angler is
just more
cool.
iconic. Like Rush, you
Yeah.
see him, you instantly know who he is. Angler, he's just like you have to
Okay,
think
so
about it for a second
the
before you
only
know who you're
the
talking about.
only thing that gives Angler the edge is because he always has a different line before he comes after you. Like you know he's coming because you see little text talking about some I don't know, they're always different, but it's
Ooh,
always
I
talking about
just
something.
realized I put my pants on backwards. Oops. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. Professional YouTuber, guys. Professional YouTuber.
Professionally, alright. I'm a pro.
Oh, there's still no
I'm
pockets though. Okay,
uh
second lineup. Second part of the lineup. We got Ambush versus Frogger. I have a very clear answer here, but I'm waiting to hear what you say for
I
this.
say Frogger. I say
Me
Frogger
too.
over
The
Frogger.
reason is Frogger has a set amount of times that he can show up, and it's always very consistent. Ambush can either attack really fast or take forever to attack, and he doesn't have a set amount. It's just however many times he feels like. So Frogger is definitely better there.
It's just yeah, Frogger is like he's more consistent. You know what to do, and yeah, Frogger sometimes can go a bit longer, but
But that's
to
because
trip
of the
you
room
up,
generation, nothing
that's just
else.
room generation, nothing else.
Ambush
Yeah,
can just
that's
randomly
just
change speeds, I'm almost certain.
and there's times where he'll go to the next room, stop there for a moment, and then come back. And
Which,
I've seen this because because I know clipped.
true. That's what he normally does. It's just I think the time he takes in like to stop at the end of his run is different every time. I might be wrong about that. I might
Yeah,
just have
no,
bad
yeah, it's
RNG with
always
him. But
it's
yeah,
always different.
overall I say Frogger's better. Which so far we're 50-50 here with rush or with pressure and doors. So let's see. Next up, eyes versus green infestation.
Infestation. Uh, either Infestation.
Infestation?
Infestation because he had yeah, because he had to pull in mechanic, and then just Ice is
Yes.
so easy.
Eyes is so
Because
easy. You
he
just stare at the floor. The only thing that makes
yeah,
eyes slightly harder is in floor 2 he can teleport now, but again, you can still just stare at the floor and be okay. That doesn't
like
change anything.
the only
Infestation you have to
time that
keep pulling.
oh, hold on, let me say something real quick. The only time Eyes will ever get a person, an experienced player, is um when your teammate goes ahead and he spawns right there,
Even then, he
like
only
right as
spawns in the furthest ahead room. I think the only time eyes could get you is if you're trying to play for a modifiers badge and you have one that spawns eyes during seek chase. That's
yeah,
brutal.
and
But then again, you
that's
can
brutal.
also he will always spawn in front of the door you have to go to, or if he doesn't spawn in front of a door, it's straight across. So you could just use his
Yeah.
light to figure out where to go, but still that makes it harder for sure with the tilt and
He also
everything.
he always has a whispering sound, so you always know he's there.
And
When
the
Shark
like
appears,
constant humming.
yeah, when Shark
Infestation has boss
appears,
music,
you're
which also makes them better.
oh yeah,
Okay, next up we have Screech versus Squiddles.
Screeches is Squiddles.
So they're exact opposites. Screech, he spawns when the lights are off. You want to have the
Squiddles
lights
are
on. You want to have the lights on, and you have to stare directly at him, and he's
I
attached to you.
like
Squiddles
I
is
like the Squiddles.
stationary. Squiddles is stationary. You don't want your lights on, and you don't want to look at them. They're literally polar opposites, except they both spawn in the dark. Squiddles, I
Uh,
agree with that one. I
Squirtles
don't like
spawn
sweet.
only after. The Squirtles
Only
only
if the
spawn
dark,
after an
only if it's a
angler.
dark room.
No,
They
no,
could
it's
spawn
after
in
an
regular dark
angler.
rooms. I've seen it before.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen it only happen after an angler.
They could spawn
Uh,
if the light level is low enough, they'll be able to spawn. But I agree with
really?
Squiddles for sure. So far we're equal. Dupe versus the good people. At this point,
Uh,
I
so who versus the good people?
dupe, which is the
Who's
same
Duke?
mechanic except with him you
Oh,
have to
Duke
listen
that dude. Oh,
you
yeah.
have to listen for growling or you have to remember the door number.
Good people gives you two better good people gives you better chances personally.
Good people,
Because
for me, good people, it's a better mechanic because for dupe, you just have to count the number and then just run to the next one. So he's like nothing. Like in my Hotel Hell run, I had dupe max difficulty and he wasn't an issue at all. He killed me like once or twice, and that was before the content update. After that, it was just
I'm
giggle deaths and figure.
okay. Okay, on personal level, I like um what's it called? I just said the name too. That sucks.
Good people or dupe?
Good people.
Good
Good
people?
people. Good.
Yeah.
Because like okay, so because paper painter can either lead you to the good people, or what can happen is you can still listen for it. You can still listen for their sound
Good
and
people have more
everything.
tells. Good people have more tells,
And
and they also make you actually have to stop and think as opposed to just mindlessly going through doors.
also just better modeled in general.
That
They
too.
are much they are muchly better modeled than
So, yeah, also the good people is. What was I trying to say? The good people, it's not like you just have to get somewhat close to the door and listen for this loud sound. It's like you actually have to pay attention, which is nice. I also like the extra fact of the tripwires can spawn on good people doors. That's a really nice touch.
oh yeah, so it makes you actually think for a moment like, oh wait a minute.
Also, fun fact, with both dupe and the good people, if it's a locked room, you can press E on the lock without having the item to unlock it and still get jump scared by them. You don't need
Oh
the
yeah.
key to touch the keypad or whatever and get jump scared by them. So we both agree on good people for that one.
Yeah.
All right. This one's an interesting one. Okay, hold on. I messed up. This one's an interesting combo. Neither one of these had a duplicate, so I threw these two with each other. Halt versus
No,
Pinky.
fucking who versus Pinky?
Halt.
Holt. Who is Holt again?
Remember when we were playing doors with that chaotic,
Hmm.
every
Oh,
5 minutes?
the guy
That's
who
that's the guy where every time he flashes on screen, you have to turn around.
yes, Holt. Um, and Pinky.
Yeah,
Holt is more unique.
really.
Yes, Pinky is an angular.
Before I count the final votes, I want to explain why Holt is so easy. Because I
Yeah,
personally I personally have my decision made, but I want to tell you more about Holt since you don't really know them so that it can be more of a fair judgment. So
no, I know Holt. I know Holt
with Holt
enough.
though,
Pinky,
with Holt though, you don't have to turn around and you could just hold S instead. Also,
yeah.
it's literally just like when it says turn around, turn around. You can turn off your brain for that one. When you see the words turn around, you just turn your mouse 180 degrees.
No, yeah.
With
But
Pinky, I have so Holt's easy. Pinky, I have some good and some bad things. I'm not gonna say what about Pinky makes me sway towards that direction, but what I'm gonna say is um, the mechanic is unique where they don't flicker the lights. Well, other than the rush modifier, but other than that, Pinky's unique. And
Rush. Okay. So Pinky. The thing about Pinky is, what's the name? Rush indoors
mm-hmm.
that doesn't do the lights.
Rush does
Russian
do the
Pinky,
lights.
which one just comes at you and you have to listen to the sound? Because I know Pinky is similar
None
to
of
that
them.
of one of the. No, no, really, I swear there was an
There,
Angular type that does that.
there is a modifier where none of the entities can flicker the lights.
I swear there was. Okay, never mind. I thought Pinky was that special. Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah,
See,
so
chat, I was wrong.
Pinky's special and Holt's easy. The issue with Pinky is if you're underwater, you're not gonna hear her coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring that up at some
So
point.
with that
Next time, yeah.
information, being said about both, which one do you think?
Do I think?
Yeah. Also, Chad, if you want to play along in the comment section, feel free to.
Oh yeah. We don't. We want to listen to what you got here.
Yeah, because everyone has different
Um,
opinions, and rather than using those in a negative way, let's use them in a positive way and play this game together. Uh,
yeah. Let's play a game.
in the vote between Holt and Pinky, which one is your final answer? Now that you know more about Holt,
Hulk because even then,
I
still unique and Pinky's still a bit of
I
a
honestly have to
trouble.
agree with you. Actually, as much as I like Pinky and the idea of Pinky, I think the sound needs to be boosted, especially in the underwater section. Because, like, if sound is
Oh
the
yeah.
only way to know a character is coming, I don't think you should have it be almost impossible to hear underwater. And I think the sound
Oh yeah.
overall needs to be made louder. Because by the time you actually hear it, she's right there. Okay, next one. Boss fight versus boss fight. Figure versus searchlights.
Ooh, I would have said figure if they didn't do figure two.
What do you
I'm
mean?
sorry, I like figure. Do you know how like there's a second figure chase?
There's a second figure in the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also two searchlights.
Yes, but the second searchlight, like, it's different. The second figure, it's like, well, what's the
Yeah, the
difference,
second
really?
figure is it's more collectibles you have to get, and then you have to do a puzzle, and then there's a chase scene. But other than that, it's like the same thing. There's a
And
key.
then I'm not talking about floor. I'm not talking about floor two. I'm not talking about floor two figure. I'm talking about floor
Yeah, I'm
one.
talking about floor one too. Floor two
Okay.
is literally free. Floor two figure is literally free. All you have to do is like crouch when you walk in the door, and you can just walk right past him. There's no puzzle you have to do or anything. You just have to walk past him. That's it. The
Oh, okay.
only thing
Hold
is
on.
figure
No.
second figure
Hold on.
encounter on floor two is slightly harder because you have to find a
Hold on. Okay.
generator.
Okay. Hold on. I thought. I was getting mixed up real quick. Hold on. Let me retake everything. Let me retake everything I said real quick.
I'm going
I
searchlights.
thought. Hold on. Let me retake everything I said real quick because I'm gonna sound like a dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, like these two can mix up all the time. DGO know this. I get mixed. I get Seek and Figure mixed up so often. So I
Oh
thought
my.
we were talking.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. By the
I
way,
was talking about.
for doors entities, if they spawn in floor one, we're also talking about their floor two variants as well. Like we're talking about floor one
Okay.
and floor two if they have them. For floor two entities, we're only talking about their floor two variant. So
Still, still.
because of specifically figure account encounters in floor two and how basic they are and how it's literally just a free room, I'm
Yeah,
going
it's a free
searchlights,
room.
and searchlights just has
I'm
better
going
mechanics.
Searchlights. Searchlights is cooler.
Like
Like
figures
Figure
minigames
is.
are optional, which also sucks. I mean, I'm glad I don't have to play Friday Night Funkin' every 50 doors, but at the same time, like, because I'm terrible at Friday Night Funkin', but at the same time, the mini game is so cool. Why would you make it optional? Which I
Yeah.
can kind of understand
Uh.
it, but at the same time, like, figure for floor two, figures way too easy, and for floor one, he's way too hard.
Shh.
And Searchlights has that
Shit.
perfect balance where like there's
Yeah.
one searchlight and it's like really good, and then in the second encounter it's a bigger space with more searchlights. It's just a perfect balance, and
Oh no. Yeah.
that final part of the second searchlight encounter
especially when the music kicks in. It's just mwah. I'm
Yeah,
going
no.
Searchlights easily.
Yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry getting Figure and Seek. Cause my brain and my monkey brain, um, the name for Seek should have been
I feel
the
like
name for Seek should have been Figure.
Yeah, Figure should have been named Seek because he's seeking you out.
Yes,
I agree with that. I
that's
feel
what
like
that's
Seek
what
should
my
have been
brain goes
something
to.
else. Originally, his name was supposed to be Hunt, apparently, which I'm not sure if that's real or not. I played a Blooket about doors. That's where I got this knowledge from, a random Blooket. I don't know if it's true or not, but we'll find out eventually. Blooket's fire, honestly. I want to do a live stream where we just play Blooket and the questions are all like pressure or doors themed. That would be hype. Anyway, we both agree that Searchlights is better than Figure.
Oh yeah,
All right, speaking of Seek, we got Seek versus the Bouncer. And keep in mind, we're talking about
bouncer,
floor 1 and floor 2 Seek.
bouncer,
I agree.
all the fucking way.
I
All the
agree.
fuck. I love. Okay, look, I like the final boss Seek. He's a little janky, which kind of fucks
Yeah,
up
like,
the my whole.
I feel like it should
He's
be
janky as
easier to
fuck.
get back onto the platforms once you fall off for Final Seek. I also feel
Oh,
like the
and
doors in Second Seek Chase and Floor 2 are way too hard to try and kick open. I feel like it should be less ease. I also feel
so
like
oh, by the
First
way,
Seek Chase is too hard in Floor 2 because of the fact that you could just have a turn and a crouch and just not be able to do anything about it. I
oh,
also feel like
oh,
Floor 1 Seek Chase is just a repeat of itself. So I'm going with Bouncer. Also, he's Scottish.
I'm also part Scottish, so I'm gonna have to go with bouncer.
Look,
But no,
Bouncer is just funnier and he's Scottish. Like, what more could you want from the
here's
guy?
here's something that you didn't even notice. So during the short where you're talking about Seek and everything,
Mm-hmm. Which isn't
um,
up yet, I don't think.
if it's not up yet, you'll find out. But when you didn't notice is while I was following you and everything, I got stuck in there. I smacked so hard, I went inside the flooring and died
Mm.
in the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little pissed.
That's fair. So yeah, Bouncer's just better overall. Because again, every Seek Chase has its flaws.
Seek one was good. Okay,
Like floor one Seek duplicates himself. I feel like if the second Seek encounter in floor one was different than the first one, other than just like it's longer and you don't have to crouch, I feel like it would be better. Floor two Seek Chase, the doors, trying to kick open the doors in the second floor or in the second Seek encounter in floor two gives me a gives me a heart attack because I feel like he's getting so close because it takes so long to open the doors. And first
oh
Seek
yeah.
encounter, I love the idea of the first part. I feel
They
like
oh by the way,
every time I jump in the first part though, I feel like I'm gonna fall off to my death every single time I
no
land because of the animation. That and
DGO.
the minecart section, the minecarts, oh my gosh, the minecarts scare me because like it's a little better now that you could actually see guiding light better, but like if you get a section where like you have to crouch and turn, you either need lightning fast reflexes or you're dead.
Oh so yeah, DGO. Fun little fact. Fun little fact. I don't know if this is a setting I fucked up in my own settings, but in the Seek Chase, right?
Mhm.
The first Seek Chase or any of the any of the chases, the the guiding light is nerfed for me.
Yes.
That has gotten me killed more times than I would be proud of to
Okay,
say.
hold on. Hold on. Sidebar real quick. Sidebar. Let me go into my channel real quick. Playlists. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Um where is this playlist? Where is this playlist? Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to do a count real quick. Doors. 25 videos, right? Okay, let's see.
Hmm.
Let's see. Failing doors floor 2 for 2 hours straight. That's actually almost 3 hours. So we got 3 hours there. More failing doors, another hour. That's 4 hours. Even more failing doors, another hour and a half. That's 5.5 hours. I got the shears and doors. That's another 2 hour long thing. 7.5 hours. I beat Doors Floor 2. An hour and a half long. That is 9 hours to beat Floor 2 when it first came out because Guiding Light sucks ass on Seek Chase. I have all the proof right here sitting on this. And then, of course, I made the really
Yes,
smart decision of
yes.
right after that trying to beat Floor 1 and Floor 2
Because
back to back.
no. Here's the funniest part too. I remember a time where the guiding light was actually, as it should be.
Yeah,
Guiding light was bad.
Guiding Light's slightly better now now that he has the like wind particles or whatever when he turns, but
No, yeah.
but he's still bad. All right.
It's still so bad, and I
This
don't want to play with it.
this is a very interesting next combo. It's again two characters that didn't really have any other characters that were like them. But I don't think you're
Saying that
even
like
gonna know who the first character is. Sally from Doors versus Chainsmoker.
okay, Sally's the one that steals from you in the window, right?
Yes! I was not expecting you to get that. That's a little girl that sometimes has a rare chance at laughing and spawning in, and then if you don't give her an item, she takes half your health.
Okay. I
I was
uh
honestly shocked that out of all the characters, you got that
chain
one.
smoker. Chain smoker. Here's my beef with motherfucking chain smoker.
Here's my beef with
Uh,
Sally. You go first.
chain smoker. Chain smoker. There has been times where he's been gone, like he has taken way too long. There is a chance for him to take longer than average on his passing.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, his audio is so loud you can't tell how close he is until he's already
Mm-hmm.
near you.
Mm-hmm. On
So it's
top of
kind of
that,
a
if you get
gamble.
in the locker too early, you're just dead.
You're just dead. Because
But
as soon as you get kicked out of the locker, well,
but
you're
here's
done.
my beef with Sally.
Hmm.
Couple of things. This first one's just a personal thing that I don't like about Sally. She's only ever spawned when I have modifiers on that mean I can't get the badge for her. I've gotten her badge.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten her badge once, and that was it. Also, you either have to have an item, which if she spawns early, you're just screwed if you don't have any knobs. You either have to have an item or you lose half your health. Also, she's the most unique mechanic in the game, and yet she's so rare that it's just not worth it. I have so many
Oh yeah.
complaints about this one child. Like, there's a couple of YouTubers who have also said things about this, like Cheddar Balls, I think that's the name, has also said something about how Sally is way too rare. Like, Sally needs to
Oh
be
yeah.
more common, especially with how unique her mechanic is. Also, why does she only ever spawn when I'm using admin panel? I'm not okay. Please send help.
I was gonna say like no, I'm pretty sure no. I was being stupid when I was about to say that. No, yeah, she does not like to appear. She does not like to appear in average game. I've only seen her when me and DGO are just using admin panel. Please send help.
Alright, I just
I
stole a
should not come.
screenshot for a thing. For the thing, eventually. Okay, so what do we choose for this one? I'm torn, because I have problems with both. I have more problems with Sally, however, it's also really
However,
cool.
come. Uh, Sally, because at least she gives you a chance.
True. Yeah,
And
because
Sally's
Sally's not
extremely
an
rare.
insta-kill, and she's rare. Sally's just
Chain
cooler.
Smoker can screw
Okay,
you over 4 times over.
here's the next combo. I did this on purpose, by the way. Blitz versus Blitz.
Blitz versus Blitz?
Doors Blitz or Pressure Blitz.
They're the same fucking
Nope,
thing.
they're not. They're not.
Really?
Blitz
Really?
from Doors is like Rush, except he has a chance to rebound. and he can rebound up to 3 times.
Then pressure blitz because he's like not as annoying. He's not gonna be as annoying.
Yeah, but like you have to basically jump in a closet as soon as you see that second flicker. Doors blitz gives you a bit of time. But I
Yeah,
do have to say though, it's not great that it gives you that extra bit of time because he's in the level where you have to go fast. So you have to wait for him to get there. So I'm gonna agree with you with the other blitz, the pressure blitz. Now,
I'm trying this fucking place.
I'm going to preface this by saying they both use timers, okay? Enraged Infestation or Haste. Specifically talking about like Enraged Infestation as in the version of Infestation that shows up when the painter puts you in the gauntlet.
Hmm.
So that
Rage.
Infestation or Haste.
What's Haste do again?
He's the one where like he spawns in with that timer and there's levers all around the map, and if you don't flip the levers and beat the game in a certain amount of time, he just kills you. Which we still have to work on that
Uh,
challenge, by the way.
Pressure. Eye infestation. Basically mini boss. That's what it is.
Yeah. Haste is also kind of like a little bit of a boss. Not as much as
Yes, but
Infestation.
because the eye infestation gives you a chance, like a better. From what I can hear, it gives you a
Haste
better fucking
Haste
chance.
is way too much RNG.
No, yeah, it sounds like a lot of RNG. I don't want to do that. I want to play the game and have fun, not do that.
Yeah. So Enraged Infestation, we can both agree on that.
Yes, you can.
We need to have something different, or this whole left side of the screen is just gonna be every single entity we've agreed on. Okay, there's a very specific reason I've done this too, and I have to say I'm gonna pick option one already off the bat without even thinking about it. Ultra
Alright.
Enraged Infestation, so the purple one when you flashbang him
Oh,
twice, or the
no,
Look Man.
that's not it. Oh, fucking, god damn it. I was
Mm-hmm.
hoping to say two. I was hoping to say two, but Look Man is kind
They
of
were both.
bullshit.
They're both. You have to look away, but Lookman is so stupid. I'd rather have to deal with Ultra and I'd rather have to get what's
Yeah.
that badge called? Hold on. What's that one badge called? Let me look at it real
And
quick.
also, Ultra Enraged, it's not even two, it's three.
It's 3.
Yes, it's like 3 to 4.
Where's pressure? Hold on. I'm looking
Where's
on my
pressure?
Roblox real quick to look at this badge. Please load.
Holy shit.
So there's this new badge in pressure. And I forgot what it's called. But I'm gonna look for it right now. Let's see.
The door is still up.
Let's
That's
see.
crazy.
Let's see. Glutton for punishment. On a solo run, outrage Purple Infestation before door 25, then make your way to the end of the ridge. I would rather have to do that twice in a row than deal with the Lookman.
Well, at the end of the ridge?
Yeah, you have to make it to the final boss fight. You have to make it to right before the final boss fight.
Okay, with
Because
my experience with the ridge, okay,
because because you can't spawn on the
we,
final boss, so you
okay,
just have to make
this
it
is
to the
where we
end of the ridge.
now that's where things change. This is where we deviate.
Yeah,
I'd
but
rather fucking not I'd rather not do that. I'm doing Look Man.
that's really. But I'm not talking about
Put
like the badge aside. Badge aside. Put the badge aside. I'm just saying I'd rather try to do that than do the look man. However, just talking about like dealing with purple infestation or dealing with Lookman. The issue as well is Lookman can follow you through multiple rooms. Purple Infestation
Yeah,
cannot. He leaves and then comes back when there's another window.
alright. No. Yeah,
Purple
here's
Infestation.
the thing. If it's not the badge, then it's Purple Ivory Station. If it is the badge, look, man.
Yeah, we're not talking about doing the badge. I'm just saying for reference,
Okay,
I'd rather do
Purple
that.
Eye Infestation. Easy.
Okay, here's another one. Glitch from Doors versus Mr. Lope.
Glitch versus Mr. Lope.
Glitch versus Mr. Lope.
Lope.
Really? I'm saying Glitch
Yeah.
because Glitch does not take health off of you.
I mean, yeah, but like, when I first encountered Glitch, he quickly gave me a glitch, and I did not like that. Okay,
You're
actually,
also probably tired of me spamming Glitch on you with the admin panel.
yes, I am very tired of that.
I like the idea of Mr. Lope. I feel like Glitch is just executed better. Actually, hold
Also,
on. I just realized an error that I made. We're not using Glitch. We're not doing Glitch. I'm sorry. I screwed it up. I meant to say Void. Void and Glitch. Or Mr. Lope. Just because they both
Void
have the
and
same mechanics. Void and Glitch. Glitch. I'm talking Glitch from side room or from subfloors and Void from main floors. So basically, the mechanic from Doors where they bring you to the newest room and versus Mr. Lope. I think Void is better because he doesn't jump scare you. He just makes you fade to black.
yeah, Mr. Lope. Yeah, Mr. Lope.
Mr. Lope.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first part where we deviate.
Family Diner? Is it Family Diner that you need to use? I'm testing out a lot of things for a world. Maybe this will come up in a future video. Who knows?
It might not. We don't know.
Who
Hopefully it
knows?
will. Hopefully it will. I really want Java.
This
Java.
is
Okay. There's a reasoning behind this, and you'll understand my reasoning for this mashup when we get to the one after this. Giggle versus Candlebearer.
Handlebearer. Fuck Giggle.
Yes. Okay. Now here's why I made that specific mashup. You may be very confused as to how they match together. Here's why. Grumble versus Candle Brute. See what I did there? I supersized them both.
Rumble versus Candle Brute. Candle
Yes.
Brute, still.
Yeah, fuck Grumble.
Fuck Rumble. Fuck Giggle. Fuck Rumble.
I hate Grumble. For sure.
It's so annoying. I don't like them. I don't want to be around them. Just.
Me realizing that
And
we're
my
30 minutes in and haven't even gotten past the first layer yet, and there's already so many censoring I'm gonna have to put into this video.
We can do a part 2. So
I don't like doing part 2s. I don't like doing part 2s. I'll just make it a mega video if I have to. A60 from Doors versus A60 from Pressure.
Doors or A60 from Doors. What does A60 from Doors do again?
He's Rush, except there's no lights for him to flicker.
And Doors.
Doors. Okay, here's my reasoning behind Doors. And it's the same thing as you, but it's for a different reason, okay? So we both said A60 from Doors. Here's my reasoning.
Yes.
A60 from Doors, right? He had a sound update at some point. So now the ambient sound that sounds like he's coming doesn't work anymore because it's a later part of his sound as opposed to the part that plays when he first spawns. Now, the next one, I think we both know which one we're going to pick here already. Jeff, the shopkeeper from Doors.
Okay,
So you know the guy right after Figure with the black tentacles? That guy. Or Sebastian Solis.
Sebastian.
Yep. I literally already deleted Jeff like right after I said it because I knew. Okay. Now, Two of the most annoying characters in both games combined together. Which one would we rather deal with? A90, the one that appears on your screen for a fraction of a second and you have to stand still, or the Skelipede?
A90.
Mm-hmm. Skelipede.
Get the fuck out of
Skelipede.
here.
Skelipede bullies me so much. He's in my intro. I put him in my intro because he's one of the 4 characters that bullies me the most. Skelipede and Pandemonium are the pressure characters that bully me way too much. And indoors, it's Figure and Grumble.
Lost.
A120 versus Death Angel. They're both hard and
A1
annoying for no reason.
A120 versus Death Angel?
Yes. I think
What does
A120
Death
wins
Angel
for
do
one
again?
reason. Death Angel is Pandemonium, but there's no song, the ring moves, and it takes like an hour to beat.
A120.
A120, the only redeemable factor about A120 is if it rebounds, there is no hide in the rooms, so it doesn't matter. However, I'm still going A120 here, but however, here's the thing I don't like about A120. He can kill you if you have God mode activated. And you can't just stand in a side room to avoid him. You have to find a closet or he will kill you. But he doesn't take an hour-long minigame to beat, and he has some kind of sound cue. Okay, here's my reasoning behind this one. I'll tell you afterwards. Hyde versus Pandemonium. Here's why. Both, at one point, both made you do minigames. Hyde used to make you do the figure minigame if you were in there for too long. They have since removed that, re-added it, and removed it again. But yeah, Hyde versus Pandemonium.
What does Hyde do now?
Hyde, if you sit in a locker for too long, he'll kick you out. My issue with Hyde is he stays in a locker after you leave it. So if you have someone like Ambush where you have to get back into a locker, you have to find a second locker to get into.
Pandemonium. Pandemonium's easy to... Because, like, unless you're done with Pandemonium, you're done with them.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know here. Because I personally prefer the Pandemonium minigame to the Heartbeat minigame. I could do both. I've got the Pandemonium badge proudly displayed over my head because I don't like Pandemonium. But I also don't like the fact that if you get unlucky and spawn and have ambush spawn, you're just kind of like dead to Hyde, unless you can find a second locker in time. But if you're playing multiplayer and ambush spawns, it's over for you. But Pandemonium, yeah, I do have to say Pandemonium. Okay, you may not know this next mashup. We've got Gloombats versus Mirage.
Gloombats and Mirage was Mirage. I know Gloombats, but did the Mirage do?
Gloombats are the ones that you can't use the light source with. Mirage, so Mirage is a rare variant of Angler that will flicker the lights and play the sound but not actually kill you. It's like this little mist that floats through the air and like pretends to be an Angler but isn't. Like there's the flashing lights, there's the sound, there's the like loud Angler sound and all of that. But there's no Angler. It's just this like mist cloud.
Gloombats are easier to like do.
I'm honestly, are you saying Gloombats?
Yes.
I'm saying Mirage because they cannot kill you.
I mean, yeah, true, but like you're suffering for what? She could get the fuck back on stage. Get the fuck back on stage.
Yeah, but like, what's the harm in having to jump into a locker?
Possibly getting kicked out and losing some of your health.
I mean, but if you treat it like a regular Angler, you wouldn't get kicked out, though.
True. I'm sticking to my choice, but we can continue.
Fair enough. Okay, these are both environmental hazards and not necessarily tied to anyone. Well, as far as I know, I could be wrong about this. The fire damp
Okay.
rooms indoors or the turrets in
Mhm.
pressure.
Fire dam. What's fire dam do again? What's the
Fire
whole thing
damp,
about that?
if you light a lighter in there, you explode.
Mhm.
And if you stay in there for too long, you die.
Currents.
Turrets. Here's why. Turrets you can disable and you don't have to deal with the entire time. And fire
Yeah.
damp rooms, if you get put into a fire damp room after halt or after seek, where the door is shut behind you and you cannot get out until you progress through the room, you are dead.
On top of that. On
Especially
top
in
of
a
that.
room, where you have the generators, where you have to find all the generator pieces and then turn on the generator and then get out. Absolutely not. I had a run.
Oh, and
And during my hotel hell run, I had one of those situations happen where it was like halt or seek or something put me straight into a fire damp room, and I like I had to get the lever in order to get out of there, and I almost died had it not been for my vitamins. So
I
yeah,
would and especially if it's a really long room, you're kind of fucked.
yes.
So I'd rather deal with
Now,
anything.
now, El Goblino or the painter.
I don't even know what that one is. Maybe I do. I just don't recognize the
El
name.
Goblino is the red guy in the shop after door 50. The guy that you talk
Or
to.
painter. His whole thing is that he's just a Mexican red goblin.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that's kind of boring, and he has limited. He doesn't have much personality other than what you can read.
Yeah.
Hint, you read.
I feel like
I
if there
don't
was
want to.
voice acting for El Goblino, especially if you got Think Noodles on that, then he would be better. But I agree,
Now,
Painter.
Painter, yeah, I say Painter. It'd be funny as hell if Painter can speak Spanish though.
Mi amor.
Yeah.
I butchered that
Hold on.
so bad.
Hold on.
I already know.
Let me look up
The
like.
people in my audience that can speak Spanish are gonna be so upset with me over that one.
Hold on, let me
They're
look up
really not gonna
Spanish.
like this character that I have in mind for the
Hold on.
future. I have a character in mind for the future, guys, and you are not gonna like that if you didn't like that. That's all I'm gonna say about them. They're probably down the line. Let's kind of like speed through the rest of these guys because we're already at 45 minutes in and not even done with the
Real
first layer.
quick. Okay, so hold on. Tana Uber. I can't say that right now. I was gonna do a Painter voice line my own, try to see if I could do it, but in Spanish.
Yeah.
But
Let's
no.
see. So, the next one. Louis from Doors or the Sea Bunnies from Pressure.
Fucking who?
Louis, the rat that you
Lou.
trade stuff with, or Sea Bunnies, the bunnies that you trade stuff with.
Oh, the bunnies.
Both scam you.
I mean,
I
they don't scam.
I really want to say Louis because his badge says scammer gets scammed on it.
I like Louis because you can fucking what happens to you is
Crucify him.
you can yeah, I'm the funniest shit in the world. Yes, I love
So,
Louis. But I love the sea bunnies because they're so
but the Sea
cute.
Bunnies are cuter. Yeah. There's also more of them,
I'm
so you
sorry,
could trade more
Omar.
than once with them.
Yes, and oh my lord. And like Louis just like fuck yeah, it's funnier
Louis
just
just
to
doesn't really have anything going for him. He's just a random rat that lives in the mines.
and
Okay.
it's just funny to crucify him.
This one's kind of a no-brainer. Bob from Doors or the Divine from Pressure. Bob is the skeleton in the shop that you hold E on for like 5 seconds and then it just says nothing happens and that's it.
The Divine.
However, during the April Fool's update, if you did that, he would jump scare you. with a random
Really?
PNG image of a skull. I'm thinking the Divine though, because there's actually more to them.
Yeah, and they finally can attack. It was teased that they could for a while, but it was never fully a thing.
Okay, so this one right here. I have more pressure characters than Doors characters, so I put two pressure characters together. The Trench Bleeder or the Parasites.
French Bleeder or the what now?
Parasites. The
No,
bugs that
like
crawl
what
all
are
over your
they?
screen and if you swim too far out away from the green light.
Oh, and what was the others?
Trench Bleeder.
Or Parasite?
I'm gonna say Trench Bleeder.
French Bleeder, yeah.
Because they actually have a more important role than the Parasites. The Parasites are just kind of there. Okay, I have no idea what this character's name is, so forgive me if I sound a bit racist by saying this, but Shadow,
Forgive me,
right,
Father.
which is the real name of the character from Doors, or the white man in Pressure. I forgot his name, but that white
What does the
guy.
Shadow do?
Shadow just shows up when you open a door and
And
disappears.
the white man kind of, they kind of act like glitch, as in they just appear for a moment for a jump scare and that's it.
Yeah,
Um,
Shadow has no
the
sound.
white man, the white man, because he's more of a jump scare. What? And also, you can make memes of that.
Fair enough. White man jump scare.
Yeah.
All right, Jack versus Chicks.
Ooh, Jack
Do you know
versus.
who Styx is? He's thinking long and hard
Which
about
Jack?
this. Do you know who
Which
Styx
Jack?
is?
I think so. Who is just like give me like a quick rundown.
It's like that white face that kind of looks like a frog that can randomly jump scare you if you open a door in pressure. It's like a really rare chance. They just show up, gives you a quick jump scare, and leave. Kind of like the white man.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or Jack, which does the same thing, except he's from Doors. And he also turns
There's
the
a
red red. He turns the room red and bloody after he jump scares.
Jack because he does more.
Yeah, that's fair. Styx is also rare. Okay, we finally made it through round one. Um, let's go through this. This should be easier now because it's half the characters. Rush versus Frogger.
Roger,
Fair enough.
what do you say?
Me too.
Oh God, why
Frogger.
are we so close now?
Infestation or Squiddles?
Infestation.
Yes. Good People or Holt?
Good people.
Searchlights or Bouncer?
Bouncer.
Again, this is where we
I
differ.
all right.
As much as Bouncer's a funny Scottish guy, I gotta say
Mm-hmm.
Searchlights. Because they're just really cool. Okay, Sally versus Blitz.
Sally.
Yep. I'm glad we both agreed on that because I couldn't remember which Blitz it was, but either way, it's better than either Blitz. So yeah, Enraged Infestation versus Ultra Enraged Infestation.
Enraged. Regular
Enraged.
enraged.
Enraged is
That's just
like
like
Enraged, especially during the Gauntlet, is like the most balanced out of the infestations because it's like
it's
timed.
like okay.
It's
So
like
basically, what you're asking
it
is,
pulls a bit
do you want to
hard.
suffer or do you want to suffer intensely?
Suffer or suffer times two. Suffer or
Yeah.
double and give it to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's gonna be interesting because we voted different things on this option. So for me, It's Void versus Candlebearer, and for you, it's Mr. Lope versus Candlebearer. I'm gonna say Candlebearer.
Candlebearer.
Okay, we're back on track again. Okay,
Back on chat.
now Candle Brute versus A60 from Doors. I remember this one.
Candlebearer.
Yep. Candle Brute just does a bit more. Sebastian Solis versus A90. This is a given.
The Givens. Ain't I'm joking, Sebastian.
It's Sebastian. It's Sebastian. A120 versus Pandemonium. The most annoying character in Doors, or the semi-tolerable character in Pressure?
Also the most annoying.
No, the most annoying in Pressure would probably be Death Angel, because you have to do the same minigame for an hour, but both parts of the puzzle move.
I haven't done
I'm
Death
saying
Angel
Pandemonium.
Pressure.
I'm saying
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Because
I haven't done
A120 can
Death
kill you in
Angel.
God mode. The whole point of God mode is you
Okay.
can't die. Okay,
I
another
need
one.
to-
Another
I need
one
to-
where we voted separately. Gloom bats for you versus the turrets, or Mirage for me versus the turrets.
Bloombat versus the Turns?
Yeah.
Bloombat.
Okay. Mirage.
He's like, all we have to do with the Gloombat is just not turn on the goddamn light.
Yeah, and Mirage again can't kill you, so they're gonna get pretty high on this list. Painter versus Sea Bunnies.
Fuck.
I've got my decision made already. I'm waiting for you.
Painter versus Sea Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate this one.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It was random
Oh
too.
man. Painter versus Sea Bunnies. I'm gonna have to go Painter.
Really?
Yes.
I was gonna say
Well,
Painter too. Just because he
Paint.
doesn't scam you, he just talks to you.
He's much more goofy. He has
'Cause
much more personality.
Sea bunnies
He's more.
have a chance to either scam you or kill themselves.
No, I was gonna say because they're also. Yes, they came out at the same time, but they're also way too similar for me at
Okay.
least to the rat.
Ooh. Divine or Trench Bleeders?
Divine.
Yes. I love the
don't
fact
touch
that they
them.
just beat the crap out of you if you step in their house.
Yeah. You're
What's
doing it in this swamp.
What's that?
What
What's that
are
one
you
meme?
doing?
Yes. What are you doing in me swamp?
Fun fact: Shrek is
Oh
Scottish.
no, I was thinking about this other one. It's like, what the actual are you doing in my house? I'm
What
censoring
the fuck are
myself,
you
so
doing, my
I'm
house?
censoring myself now, so I don't have to do it later.
You,
All right.
I dare you to find the meme and post it into the fucking video.
I just said I'm trying to cut down on swearing because I don't want to censor all this if you swear again.
You're like.
White man
Go for
versus Jack. White man versus Jack. They're both jump scares, but Jack does more because he makes the room red and bloody. A white man just kind of shows up.
Yeah, Jack, we already did this.
Yeah, Jack. We did the same thing with Styx. It's just white man now. He's just a funnier name for now. Okay, we're down to a quarter of the total amount. So, Frogger versus Infestation.
Frogger versus Eye Infestation?
Infestation. Mm-hmm.
Eye
Frogger
Infestation.
versus Infestation.
This
is a rough one.
Which one? Yeah, Doors, of course.
They're both pressure.
Oh, both. Oh,
Yeah,
the
the
shark.
first one was Doors versus Pressure, but I can't really make it Doors versus Pressure anymore without doing extra work, and we're already an hour in, and I didn't do the extra work, so I don't want to have to do all that
Yeah,
now.
fair.
The point is, we're trying to see which entity is best from both Doors and Pressure, and see in the finals who has more characters. Frogger or Infestation? Frogger.
Frogger.
I
No matter
agree,
what,
because
no matter what,
Frogger's
he's
more
gonna go
predictable.
by faster. He's more predictable. He's gonna go by
Frogger's more
faster.
predictable. Infestation can pull in a random direction. He can switch from left side to right side at any time and just have you run right into him.
That's if like the room has it, and of course, and also You kind of fucked if the room is
If it's a locked room, you're
longer.
done.
If it's a long room, you're fucked, kind of.
If it's a
It's
long
not.
locked room, I'm thinking of one in particular where it's like there's like five side rooms directly across from the giant window, and you have to go to each one and search them for the lock, for the like key card and all that. And there's just like a bunch of like desks down right where he is too. I'm thinking of that one specific room when I make this decision. Okay, another one where we voted differently and we have to have different things. So for me, it's good people versus searchlights. For you, it's good people versus bouncer.
Bouncer.
Bouncer. Okay.
That's an E.
Searchlights. Okay.
Alright.
Sally versus enraged infestation. This is a given.
Sally.
Yeah. Enraged
I will
infestation's a
almost
little rough. Candle bearer or candle brute. Big boy who only gets
handle
slowed by the lights and can punch you for 75, I think. I could be wrong about that. But he has his own little mini boss fight
handle
where you have to like
bearer.
find a key card and get out. Or Candlebearer, who's
You
just a
know,
little guy. I'm voting Candlebearer because he's just a little guy.
yeah. Why are we like so similar this time around?
True. Sebastian Solus versus Pandemonium. I
The
think this
fuck?
is obvious.
It's obvious. Panama, I'm joking. Sebastian.
Sebastian. Okay, this is another one where we're different. Gloombats versus Painter for you, and Mirage versus Painter for me.
So what was it? Going back to painter for me?
Gloombats or Painter?
Painter.
I'm sticking to Mirage.
Yep.
I'm sticking to Mirage. So, yeah.
Yippee. I win.
What do you
I
mean you
always
win?
win.
Divine versus Jack.
Divine.
Yeah, yeah. Jack's given me too many heart attacks. I also
That
just
just seems
realized that the
boring to
wall
me.
dwellers weren't added into this, which they probably would have been out round one anyway, so it's fine.
Alright, how many times have we deviated from each other? But that's like a
So
genuine
far, we
question.
have two,
Oh god.
maybe three.
Alright, so for whatever reason, while I was editing the audio for this specific round right here, just decided to not stay. Like it was here, and then because there's so much editing I have to do, I have to upload a video. Like I have to upload the video and then edit on top of that uploaded portion of the video. So for whatever reason, it just won't. You know, it won't. The audio broke. So I'm gonna time lapse through this part so you can still see what we picked, but not have to sit through all that silence. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so
Yeah, never
Frogger
did.
versus Bouncer. For me, it's
Frogger
Searchlights.
versus Frogger versus Bouncer.
Yes, for me, it is Searchlights.
I almost want to say Frogger, but Bouncer.
Same.
Funny
We
Scottish
are
man.
once again in agreement here.
Funny Scottish man. Not part Scottish.
Sally versus Candlebearer.
Sally versus Candlebearer?
Yeah, this is. Well, here's my thing. They're in a way exact opposites of each other. Sally, you have to have an item to make her easier to deal with. Candlebearer, it's actually easier if you don't have an item. Because here's why. If you don't have a light source, Candlebearers ignore you.
What are my options again? Sorry, I have a little bit of dementia.
Sally versus Candlebearer.
Candlebearer, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah, same. Candlebearers are easier because like they're if you don't have an item, that's okay. That's actually better. And like for Candlebearers, there's two ways you can do it. You can either just walk past them because they're slow, or you could just drop your light source and just walk away, or you could just stare at them for a couple of seconds. Okay, Sebastian Solis versus Painter. For me, it's Mirage.
So what was it?
Sebastian Solis versus Painter.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
I know they can interact, but Sebastian, he's
I'm
I'm a
also
bit
saying
biased.
Sebastian, putting us at one deviation now. Because Mirage is cool, but like Sebastian's just better. Okay, we're down to the final four because the Divine didn't have a person to match up with. Okay, so Candlebearer versus Bouncer. For me, it's Searchlights.
Candlebearer versus
Bouncer.
who now for me? Bouncer. Ooh,
They're both graveyard characters.
They're both graveyard characters, and I love the both of them. They're very great. Bouncer, because
Bouncer has more
he actually has
personality. Yeah.
personality.
I'm once again saying searchlights. It's like that one meme. I am once again asking for searchlights. Sebastian Solus versus the Divine. Which, similar to Painter, has a stupid joke in the capitalization of their name.
So what is it?
Sebastian versus the Divine.
You know, fuck it, the Divine.
Really?
Funny plant death.
True. It's just funny to watch them just smack the crap out of you. I'm waiting for the day when someone uploads a video with that, but every time they hit you, it's just the Taco Bell ding. Bang,
No,
bang, bang.
No, it's the last one. It's the last fucking hit. Just the
Or the metal pipe sound effect.
Use metal pipe, Taco Bell.
Yes. Okay. Here's the final, and we have different options for this. So I have Searchlights versus the Divine. You have Bouncer versus the Divine. No matter what, it's a pressure win here. For both of us.
So, what is it called? So what is it?
Bouncer versus Divine. For you. I've got my mind
No,
made
this is
up.
hard. This is hard now.
I've got my mind made up.
Yeah, your mind made up.
So the rest relies on you.
Oh,
I'm choosing Searchlights, which is obvious.
I
Hey, look at that. We managed to make it an hour-long video. It's only an hour long.
Fuck it. I'm going to go Bouncer.
Bouncer? Yes. Now, here's the thing. We're at a bit of a stalemate here. Would you be willing to come over to the Searchlights bandwagon, or am I going to have to spin a wheel for this?
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel, you say? I opened Google to open the tab to spin the wheel, and the first thing I see is Roblox Studio Taco Bell memes sound ID. For just
I'm sorry, huh?
The first thing I see when I open Google to spin the wheel is Taco Bell meme bell sound. Roblox Studio. For that thing that we were doing in floor 2.
Mm-hmm.
A random name pick.
That's what you got?
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Searchlights versus the Bouncer. Okay. Let me make sure that I can... Okay, that is a little small. Hold on. Let me just extend this out on every single side. Let me just make this fill out the entire size.
That's kind of ass. Let me check at the images. No, these fucking builds are ass.
Okay. Now let's see this.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at some stuff. So what was the last question before?
Hold on. Now we're just doing this. Okay, so I have the wheel here. Let's spin it.
Mm.
I've got the wheel pulled up on screen right now. They can't see it. Or they can see it, but you can't. And guess what?
Alright.
The wheel said Searchlights.
Oh.
So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, I want us to see more and want to see more bracket fights of this. Maybe like floor 1 versus floor 2 characters for my game when it comes out. Um,
Hmm.
just leave a comment down below telling me what you would like to see. Um, subscribe for some more videos. Uh, subscribe to my second channel because it uploads all the cut content from this, like videos I decided to scrap or just didn't have good recordings of, as well as stream VODs and exclusive content. Speaking of streaming, I have a Twitch. Go follow me there. I'll be trying to stream weekly once I figure out what I want to stream. Follow me on Twitter. It's a thing that I have that exists. Follow JJD's Twitter. Hopefully, eventually I'll remember to put it in the description. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. JJD, anything you want to say to them?
Uh, subscribe. Be sure to join any live streams.
Join
When he
live
does,
streams. We may. I'm very much thinking about doing like a Kahoot or a Blooket about doors, or pressure,
yeah,
or both.
and you may be able to join, and you may be
And
lucky
you
enough
guys
to
will be
join
able
that.
to join if you go to that stream. You guys will be able to join. I'll make it public. Well, I wouldn't be able to hide the code really, so yeah.
Yeah, uh, yeah.
We'll have the
Uh,
most outlandish names. Some I may even have to censor if I turn it into a video. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember to stay perfect. Bye, guys.